My fiancé once texted me, "Lol, you really thought I'd cancel the Miami trip for your surgery? All I had done was ask her to be there for me during an operation." I just texted back, "My bad." But later, when she called the hospital, the nurse told her something that completely changed everything. So here's my story. My fiancé decided that Miami was more important than my surgery, so I just let her enjoy her trip. And then, everything went completely off the rails. I'm 27, male. Fiona and I have been together for 3 years, engaged for 6 months. We live in my apartment, the one I've been paying for since before we even met. She moved in after 8 months. In all that time, she's never paid for more than groceries. We had our whole future planned out. Beach wedding next summer. Honeymoon in Greece, the white-picket-fence dream. But then the universe decided to step in. Thank God for that tumor. It started like any other morning. Routine checkup. I thought I'd be in and out in 20 minutes, maybe get lectured about my diet. Instead, Dr. Williams starts poking around my side with that look. You know the look? The one that says, "This is about to ruin your whole month." He tells me we need to run additional tests. In doctor speak, that means, congratulations. Something's trying to kill you. A week of anxiety later. CT scans, blood work, endless waiting rooms that smell like despair and hand sanitizer. I get the verdict. Benign tumor on my kidney. But it's in a nasty spot wrapped around important stuff. Surgery is the only option. Dr. Williams explains, you'll be in the hospital for 2 to 3 days minimum. Recovery is about 4 weeks. You'll need someone with you 24/7 for at least the first week. No driving, no lifting, no being alone. I call Fiona from the hospital parking lot. I tell her about the tumor, the surgery date, April 15th, and that I'll need her help during recovery. I can hear her typing the whole time, probably Instagram captions or work emails. When I finish, there's this long pause. Wait, April 15th? That's Miami week? She actually asks if I can reschedule. The surgery for after her trip. Like I'm moving a dentist. Appointment instead of getting a tumor removed. I try to explain that this is the earliest surgery slot available and that I really need her here. She sighs, like, I just asked her to donate a kidney. Fine. I'll ask the girls. They're counting on me. That night, she comes home, drops her purse, makes herself a drink, and says, "So, I talked to the girls. They think it's really manipulative that you're trying to make me cancel." Manipulative. Let that sink in. I have a tumor, Fiona. She tells me her friend Sarah's dad is a surgeon, and that doctors always make everything sound urgent. It's how they justify their fees. Then she says, "Look, I can't just drop everything because you're having a medical procedure. I have a life too, Zach. What about in sickness and in health?" I ask. We haven't taken those vows yet. Honestly, this guilt trip is making me question if we're even ready for marriage. She tells me to just hire a nurse. I tell her, "You're really serious about missing my surgery for a vacation?" Her response, "Stop being selfish. My life doesn't revolve around you." The next morning, she announces she's going to Miami. The girls need me. The trip is paid for. I'm not letting your medical drama ruin something I've been planning for months. I just say quietly, "Okay." 2 weeks later, I send her one last text. "I'm really worried about this. I need you there with me." 3 hours later, she replies, "Lowell, seriously? You actually thought I'd cancel Miami for your surgery? It's not even cancer. Stop being such a baby about it." I screenshot that text. Then I reply, "My mistake." After that, I knew I was on my own. No family to help. No fiancé. Surgery in 5 days. I tell my boss, Mark. He's been through medical issues himself, so he sets me up with HR. The HR rep, Janet, gives me her personal number and says, "If you get stuck, call me." This isn't something you handle alone. That night, I start researching recovery. Turns out the doctor was right. I really will need 24/7 help. Meanwhile, Fiona is busy posting Miami outfit ideas on Instagram. That's when I call Liam, my best friend from college. When I tell him what's going on, he says, "Wait, your fiancée is going to Miami while you have surgery? Is she mentally deficient? Did she hit her head as a child multiple times?" When I tell him she thinks I'm being manipulative, he says, "You have a tumor, you idiot." That's not dramatic. I'm driving up there. I tell him it's not necessary. He tells me to shut up. Liam arrives the day before surgery with a duffel bag, groceries, and a bottle of good whiskey for after I'm off pain meds. We hang out, watch movies, eat pizza. It feels normal again. Around 10 p.m., Fiona texts, "Hope everything goes well tomorrow. Try not to be mad at me forever." Morning of April 15th, she leaves at 5 a.m., gives me the weakest hug imaginable, and says, "Try not to die or whatever. I'll bring you back something from Miami." Liam shows up an hour later, grinning. "Ready to get this tumor-evicted, landlord?" At the hospital, the intake nurse, Pamela, asks who my emergency contact is. I tell her to change it to Liam. "Your fiancée couldn't make it?" she asks. Liam snorts. "She's in Miami getting her drink on." "Priorities, you know," Pamela freezes. "What, Miami? During your surgery?" "Yep, surgery goes perfectly. I wake up groggy." Liam's sitting next to me. He shows me Fiona's Instagram. 15 posts in one day, including bikini shots and a group photo captioned, "Some things are more important than drama." By 6 p.m., my phone is blowing up with texts from her. "Why aren't you answering? I know you're mad, but don't be childish. The least you could do is let me know you're alive." Liam reads them in a perfect Valley Girl voice. I tell him to let her sweat. Then the nurse's station phone rings. Pamela returns, grinning. "Your soon-to-be ex-fiancée is calling. She wants to speak with you immediately. Tell her I'm sleeping." Pamela smiles wider. "Understood. She comes back later." She's called 4 more times. Says you're playing games and she has a right to know what's happening. "Tell her whatever you think is medically appropriate," I say, and that's when things really started to get interesting. Sure enough, here's where Pamela earned her spot in the Hall of Fame. Liam had been eavesdropping, and apparently Pamela told Fiona that I was unconscious and unresponsive following surgical complications, and that only emergency contacts or immediate family could get. Detailed medical info, hospital. Policy, technically she wasn't lying. I was unconscious and napping, but yes. Surgery is always complicated, and Liam was my emergency contact. Immediate family by choice. The text thread from Fiona went absolutely nuclear. What complications? "Why are you unconscious? Why is Liam there instead of me?" "I'm your fiancé," Pamela told her. "Only emergency contacts." WTF? "Are you dying?" "I'm booking a flight right now." Liam started reading them out loud in this ridiculous dramatic voice. "Oh, this one's good. If you die, I will never forgive you." He pauses. What the hell does that even mean? Screenshot. This is going to be fun. Then the cherry on top, she posts on Instagram. "Please pray for my fiancé. Emergency situation. Might have to come home early." The comments poured in immediately. "OMG, what happened? Wait, weren't you just posting bikini pics? Is everything okay?" Then Jessica, bless her, the true friend, comments, "Didn't you say yesterday he was being dramatic about routine surgery?" That comment disappeared in minutes. But the internet is forever. Liam naturally got a screenshot. "Your fiancé is about to learn a valuable lesson about social media," he says. Pamela comes back around 10 p.m. with my evening meds and a clipboard full of notes. "Your fiancé called 6 more times. I documented every conversation for the medical records. What's she saying now?" I ask. Pamela says, "She demanded to speak with the surgeon, the hospital administrator, and threatened to call the state medical board for patient privacy violations because we won't give her detailed medical information about someone who's not her husband and who explicitly removed her as emergency contact." Liam is laughing so hard he's wheezing. "She's really doubling down on the crazy," Pamela smirks. Then she started crying, saying it was all a misunderstanding and she just wanted to know you were okay. Then she started screaming about manipulation and conspiracy theories. She's hitting all the classics. The overnight charge nurse is excited to take over. Pamela adds, "Word spread. Everyone wants to see how this plays out." I turn my phone off and sleep better than I have in weeks. The next morning, I wake up to 89 texts and 43 missed calls. Liam's been documenting everything. "She FaceTimed you at 2 a.m., he says, from some club bathroom, totally hammered, crying about how she made a mistake and needs to know you're okay." "And what did you tell her?" I ask. "I told her you were in intensive care." "Am I in intensive care? You're intensively eating Jell-O and watching Rick and Morty. Close enough." Pamela walks in, holding what looks like a scorecard. "Your fiancé called 18 times last night." The night shift made it a competition. Each call earned points based on how dramatic she got. What's the high score? I ask. Call number 14. She threatened to call the governor if we didn't give her information about a Pennsylvania hospital. From Florida, Pamela shakes her head. Panic makes people stupid. Speaking of which, she adds, she's apparently calling every hospital in the city trying to find you. She can do that? I ask. She can try, Pamela shrugs. But you're registered as private. Unless she has your exact room number and patient code, we won't even confirm you exist. Around 11 a.m., the morning nurse Kevin pops in. Got a call from Presbyterian Hospital downtown, he says. Some woman asked if they had a Zach recovering from kidney surgery. When they said no, she told them to check again because someone was lying to her. She's literally calling random hospitals. Kevin grins. Gets better. She called Children's Hospital asking if they treat adults. When they said no, she asked if they were covering up for other hospitals because that's how conspiracies work. Liam is laughing so hard he's crying. Dude, she's lost her damn mind. By the afternoon, Fiona's social media had gone full meltdown. Facebook post. Emergency. Flying home immediately. Zach is in critical condition after surgical complications. Please keep us in your prayers. My buddy Marcus texts me. Dude, Fiona's post says you're dying. Are you dying? Texting from heaven right now, I reply. They got pudding. Bro El Mao, he responds. She said critical condition, I text back. Critically bored, maybe. Let her dig this hole. Marcus replies, already screenshotted everything. This is going to be a meme. That afternoon, I get a surprise visitor, Natalie Smith. She knocks around 3 p.m., holding a container that smells like heaven. Natalie's my neighbor, 2 doors down. Professional baker, runs a specialty cake business from home. Gorgeous, dangerously gorgeous. Always been friendly, but never crossed a line out of respect for my relationship. Hey, she says, looking genuinely concerned. Liam told me about your surgery when he was getting your mail. I brought you some homemade chicken soup. Liam told you? Wait, you made me soup? Yes, and some of those oatmeal cookies you like. Figured hospital food probably sucks. Liam appears behind me, grinning. Natalie, perfect timing. Our patient here was just complaining about the culinary experience. I was not complaining, I protest. He totally was. Come in, Liam smirks. Tell me, how long have you been waiting for Fiona to screw up this badly? And don't say you haven't. We all saw this train wreck coming. Liam. I groan. Natalie laughs. I plead the fifth. But seriously, Zach, I'm glad you're okay. Surgery is scary stuff. She stays about 20 minutes. First real conversation I've had in days with someone who genuinely cares whether I live or die. Where's Fiona? She asks innocently. Miami, I say. During your surgery? Yep, Natalie blinks slowly. I'm sorry, what? It's a vacation. That's... I don't even have words for that. None of us do, Liam says. Hence why I drove up from Baltimore to babysit this idiot. I glare at him. Natalie smiles. That's really sweet of you, Liam. Someone had to show up. Clearly wasn't going to be Fiona. After she leaves, Liam gives me this knowing grin. What? Nothing. Just interesting timing, that's all. It's soup. Homemade soup from the hot baker who's been waiting 3 years for you to notice her. She's being strategic, and I respect it. Shut up. You're welcome. Day 12. I come out of the shower and find Fiona going through my phone. Who the hell is Kevin? She demands. Why are you touching my phone? I shoot back. Why is he texting you? Give me this. I snatch it out of her hand. Is he making fun of me? Fiona, enough. Don't make me throw you out the window with all your stuff. Silence. Then why does Pamela have your number? Get out of my sight. She stomps out, slamming the door so hard it rattles. She's spiraling. My patience is evaporating. Day 15. I'm about to call my lawyer when there's a knock. It's Fiona's parents, Maria and Frank. Standing in my hallway like they're at a funeral. We need to talk, Frank says. We sit. Maria immediately starts crying. We're so sorry, Zach. What she did... We raised her better than that. We didn't know the real story until Jessica told us. Frank adds, Fiona said you manipulated the hospital situation to make her look bad. I was unconscious. Frank, hard to manipulate anything while under anesthesia. We know that now, he says. We saw the Instagram posts, the timeline. Maria wipes her eyes. She was posting vacation pictures while you were in surgery. She embarrassed herself and the family. 27 years of raising her, Frank says. And this is what we get. We failed somewhere along the line. We're really sorry, son. And I'm glad the surgery went well. They offer to help get her out. Talk some sense into her. But I can see they're done too. 27 years of enabling their daughter's selfishness. And they've finally hit their limit. She's not welcome at home until she gets help, Maria says quietly. Real help, therapy, consequences, accountability. We told her we weren't going to support this behavior anymore, Frank adds. She threatened to cut us off. Maria nods. Her exact words were like, fine, I don't need parents who don't support me. The next day, Fiona is in my hallway screaming at them, full meltdown, accusing them of taking my side, threatening to never speak to them again. I record it through the peephole for evidence. The sound quality is awful, but you can still hear her calling her own parents traitors and manipulated idiots for not supporting her truth. These are the same parents who've bankrolled her lifestyle for years, and here she is screaming in a public hallway because they won't enable her delusions. Her friend Ashley picks her up. She's got that I'm only here because I have to energy. She loads Fiona's stuff into her car while Fiona sobs dramatically about being abandoned by everyone. You'll regret this, she tells me as Ashley drags her toward the stairs. You can't destroy someone's life and get away with it. Ashley gives me an apologetic look. We both know it's temporary. Within hours of leaving, Fiona is on every social media platform telling her side of the story. Long, rambling posts about manipulation, fake medical emergencies, and how she's the real victim. The problem? She's still friends with people from my work. My gym and my family, people who know the truth, who saw her Miami posts in real time. The comments light up. Calling out her nonsense and roasting her, she starts deleting posts. But the internet is forever. People share side-by-side screenshots of her emergency flight home post and her bikini photos. The hypocrisy is so obvious a blind person could see it. Then the professional consequences kick in. HR at her company starts getting calls from clients who recognize her. She works in image management, and now her own image is toxic. My coworker Janet shares one of Fiona's rants in the office group chat with the caption, "This is why you don't air your dirty laundry on social media." The whole office sees it. My boss Mark just shakes his head and texts me. Dodged a bullet, man. Actually dodged a whole firing squad. 2 weeks later, Ashley kicks her out. Apparently, Fiona's been throwing tantrums about rent money, leaving messes everywhere, and bringing guys home at all hours. Ashley posts about it on her Instagram story. Nothing specific. Just, some people never learn boundaries with a housekeeper emoji. She moves in with another friend, Sarah. That lasts exactly 12 days before Sarah posts about toxic energy and cleaning house. She's out again. Now Fiona's couch hopping, burning bridges everywhere she goes. Her job performance tanks because she spends work hours posting rants about me instead of working. People start noticing. Management notices. Liam's keeping tabs through mutual connections. Fiona's becoming that friend, the one everyone avoids, who makes every conversation about her drama and victim narrative. The final straw, then. It happens, the last straw. She posts a 40-minute Instagram video explaining the real story. She's crying, holding up printed screenshots, claiming I gaslit her into going to Miami so I could set her up for failure. She's clearly been drinking, rambling about conspiracies, showing text conversations that actually prove my point. It's like watching someone dig their own grave with a selfie stick. Her own extended family starts unfollowing. Her, even Sarah's dad, the surgeon who supposedly knows about medical manipulation, comments. Young lady, I've been a surgeon for 30 years. No one fakes kidney tumors for attention. She deletes the video within hours, but dozens of people downloaded it. Liam's got a copy, obviously, and that's when the real consequences start. Month 2 of my recovery. And honestly, life's pretty good. Natalie and I are officially hanging out, taking it slow. She's incredible. Brings dinner 3 nights a week, helps with physical therapy, never makes my healing process about her. It's night and day compared to 3 years of walking on eggshells with Fiona. Liam's still staying in my guest room. partly to help with recovery, partly because he's enjoying front row seats to Fiona's implosion. He gives me daily updates like it's his job. So Sarah kicked her out, he reports one morning. Where's Fiona staying now? I ask. Motel 6 on Route 22. Her work situation keeps spiraling. She's still at that downtown marketing firm, but word travels fast. People recognize her. She gets written up for excessive personal social media use during work hours, apparently posting Instagram stories from the office bathroom about being manipulated and abandoned. Then I get a LinkedIn message from her supervisor. Hey man, sorry about your situation with Fiona. She's been struggling at work since the Miami thing. Wanted you to know it's affecting her professional life too. Then it gets creepy. I start seeing her car parked across from my building. Different times. Always just sitting there, watching my apartment like some budget private investigator. She shows up around 7 p.m. on weekdays. Just sits there for hours, sometimes smoking. Sometimes just staring at my windows. Then the notes start. Weird, rambling stuff on napkins and receipt paper. I know what you're doing with that, neighbor. You can't hide the truth forever. We had something real and you destroyed it for lies. Straight up serial killer vibes. Liam finds one and snaps photos for evidence. Some are written in different colored pens, like a ransom note. This is restraining order territory, he says, but it gets worse. Natalie starts getting messages, Instagram DMs at first, then Facebook, then her business email. Fiona finds her bakery's website and starts leaving fake 1-star reviews. Homewrecker. This woman targets men recovering from surgery when they're vulnerable. Predatory behavior. 0 stars. This baker destroyed my relationship by bringing soup to my fiancé. Yes, soup. The most diabolical crime of all. Next thing you know, she'll accuse Natalie of offering to do my laundry. The fake reviews start hurting Natalie's business. Clients ask questions, and she has to explain the situation. The messages escalate from passive-aggressive to outright threatening. Stay away from what's mine. Homewreckers get what they deserve. Natalie admits she's starting to get scared. Don't be scared, I tell her. We're documenting everything. Then the threats turn explicit. Screenshots of our apartment building with captions like, I know where you sleep, promises to make. Natalie, disappear. I file for a restraining order, that's it. I'm done. I file for a restraining order. The evidence is airtight. Photos of her car, screenshots of threats, the creepy notes. The judge grants it immediately, 500 feet from me. My apartment, my workplace, and Natalie. For about a week, it's quiet. Then comes the grand finale. It's 10 p.m. I'm on the couch with Natalie watching Netflix, while Liam's making grilled cheese in the kitchen. First normal evening in months. Then, car doors slam, footsteps pound up the stairs. Someone starts hammering on my door like it's on fire. Zach. I know you're in there. It's Fiona's voice, slurred, desperate. Open this freaking door. I check the peephole. She's swaying drunk, wine bottle in hand, pajama pants, tank top, hair a mess. You ruined my life. Come out here and face me! Natalie hits record. Liam calls 911. I gave you everything. 3 years of my life. She screams. She starts kicking the door, leaving black scuff marks. That neighbor turned you against me. It's a conspiracy. Then she spots the peephole and leans in, her face distorted in the lens like a goldfish. I know you're watching. Come out here like a man! Neighbors start opening their doors. Mrs. Patterson from 3B peeks out. Mr. Johnson from 3A steps into the hall. Everyone's getting a show. Liam hangs up with 911 and grins. Want to have some fun before the cops get here? What do you mean? I ask. He disappears into the kitchen and comes back with a container of flour. Trust me. When Fiona kicks the door again, Liam cracks it open just enough to dump the entire container over her head. She screams, covered in white powder, clawing at her face, stumbling back like a ghost fired from a haunted house for overacting. You psychos. This is assault! She shrieks. Flour! Liam calls through the door. Self-defense against home invasion. Also, you look like a very angry snowman. We're dying laughing. The cops arrive. The cops show up just as she's still trying to wipe flour from her eyes. Screaming threats. They find her covered head to toe, drunk, outside an apartment she's legally banned from. I hand them the restraining order, printed threats, and Natalie's video of the door kicking. Ma'am, the lead officer says, you're under arrest for violation of a restraining order. Public intoxication and harassment. They assaulted me. She shrieks. The officer clears his throat. I can tell. Let's go. Neighbors watch from their doorways like it's primetime TV. Mrs. Patterson's literally clapping and chewing something. As they walk Fiona to the patrol car, she screams, "Karma will get you, Zach. This isn't over!" Liam leans against the doorframe, still holding the empty flower container. We'll be waiting. Sweetheart, last image I have of my ex-fiancé, covered in flour, handcuffed, being stuffed into a police car, screaming about victimhood. Honestly, should have been the cover photo for How Not to Handle a Breakup, a masterclass. The arrest makes local news. Headline: Woman violates restraining order. Gets covered in flour during domestic dispute. Her employer sees it. Her friends see it. Her family sees it. She loses her job within 48 hours. Her professional reputation, already hanging by a thread, completely disintegrates. 6 months later, she's living in another state with relatives who barely tolerate her. Working retail, because no marketing firm will touch her. Still occasionally posting about the injustice she suffered. Meanwhile, I'm fully recovered. Natalie and I are planning to move in together. Liam's got enough blackmail material to last decades, and every single morning, I thank that tumor for showing me who Fiona really was before I made the biggest mistake of my life. Turns out, the best revenge is simple. Get someone covered in flour and hauled away in handcuffs. GG.